has its frontier. A line between what is and what's next. We've played the game, built the legends, carried the weight. But this is different. This is where the game leaves the ground. No limits, no ceiling. No looking back. This isn't the next season. This is the next frontier.
From Round Rock, Texas, it is the final game of the series between the Utah Talons and the Texas Volts. A little bit of rain earlier, but things have cleared up, and it's a beautiful night for softball here at the Dell Diamond. Well, so far the Talons, they've won the first two games of this series, and they currently sit in second place in the AUSL. Carolina 5-2 after they picked up a win earlier on today. Texas trying for that first home win and trying to end a 5-game losing streak. And we welcome you into the broadcast booth. Jeff Arnold alongside the great Natasha Wiley. Let's face it, everything has gone right for the Talons in this series, but we got to start with the pitching.
Yes, the combination of Montana Fouts and Megan Faremo just does not seem fair to offenses. Their margin of error is so small, and they can go right at offenses, and they can make the in-game adjustments. If you look at their stat line, just complete game wins, 5 hits, and the 12 strikeouts from Montana Fouts on the first game.
Yeah, I mean, between Fouts and Faremo, that's 4 straight complete games right there. And then the offense, everybody has been contributing.
Everybody has been contributing, and the bats have come alive and providing the run support that the Talons pitching staff needs. Yesterday, we saw 3 home runs coming in that 7, 8, 9 spot. Caroline Jacobson, Savannah Jaquish, and Taylor Beal all having a home run of their own.
Yeah, and you talk about those home runs coming from the bottom part of the order as we look at the starting lineups for the Talons presented by Easton. Taylor Beal hitting a home run yesterday. It was actually her first professional home run. And then Jacobson and Jaquish, as you mentioned, Natasha. The Talons have scored 10 runs in the first 2 games of this series and are trying to keep things rolling tonight at the Dell Diamond as we are underway. And it's a first pitch strike from Jessica Mullins.
And Jessica Mullins had a great outing, her last start against Carolina Blaze. Had 3 complete scoreless innings, and it's just going to be key for her to set the tone for the Volts, go right at these Talon hitters, and get some momentum on the Volt side.
See the numbers on Mullins for the year, facing Aaliyah Andrews. And that pitch misses in the dirt. Andrews so tough out of the leadoff spot. He's got great speed and is probably one of the best outfielders in all the AUSL.
Yeah, she does such a good job of setting the tone for the Talons. She takes a lot of pitches. She's not the most aggressive hitter in the leadoff spot, which I kind of like. She's methodical. She'll see what the pitcher's throwing and puts good bat on ball.
Now that one is fouled away by Jennings, so the count stays right where it is. The Talons 10 runs scored in their last 2 games, and they have been getting production, as we said, from up and down the lineup. 8 out of 10 have a hit. 6 out of 10 have an extra base hit. A little bit low as Michaela Enfield tried to frame it, but does not get the call. 3-2. Fouled away there. And so we'll try it again. So we talked about how yesterday the Talons were able to sustain their offense through the entire game, and that's the way you do it when you're getting the leadoff person on 5 out of 7 times.
Right, and again, here we have Aaliyah Andrews taking a lot of pitches and doing exactly that. Getting that leadoff hitter is so important, and especially, too, with Jalen Alchin and Aaliyah Andrews at the top. They both have speed, and they like to run the bases as well.
So you talk about Alchin. She comes to bat here. 7 runs scored, tied for second in the AUSL. And she will take a strike. Alchin was one of the really good stories last year. 4 hits in the first 2 games of this series. Just a little outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tasha, what are you watching from Mullins early on in this start?
I'm looking at where she's going, where she's attacking, especially these lefties. She's going all out. And so I'm thinking, if I'm a lefty hitter or a righty hitter, about splitting the plate, how I'm going to attack her. I know that majority of the time, she'll come with that curve. She goes side to side, curve and screw. She also has that rise. She'll go up. But with her, you're thinking about splitting the plate.
Just missed a little off the outside edge there. 2-2. Had a great career at Texas State. 4-year letter winner there, and the 2-time Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year. Plus, she's a Texan playing for the Volts.
And that pitch, you saw Leah Andrews in motion, and just what the combination of Andrews and Alchin have been able to do. They've been able to put pressure on defense. I like this combination of them. Alchin a little bit more aggressive than Andrews at the plate. Swings a big bat, has a lot of power.
Hit on the ground out to short. There's 1, and they will not get 2. As you'll have Andrews and Alchin exchange places on the base paths.
And just having a conversation, it looked like when Aaliyah Andrews slid, like a bunch of dirt slid up, but not sure what Tiara Jennings is trying to say to the umpire. But it rained here earlier too, but it was tarp, so I don't know if any of the water got on the field.
I'm wondering if they're maybe saying it had to do with Andrews' slide, and maybe if they should call this a double play because of interference. It is an interesting sight seeing the sliding on grass.
Yeah, and immediately Vega had a reaction, but maybe it's because she went up and made an interference on that ball. You're right.
A little bit of a pop-up slide here, so umpires getting together. Lyndon Baptiste, our home plate umpire, Scott Merritt first, and then Brett Higgins at third. And we're going to get an extra thought, and it doesn't look like they're going to change it. So even though the slide was a little bit awkward from Andrews, still just 1 out now, and it's going to get Jordan Woolry up there. Woolry, first-round pick in the AUSL draft by the Talons. And she will look at strike 1 there from Jessica Mullins. Mullins, she started off really well the last time that she pitched. 3 good innings. And there's strike 2. And then things kind of unraveled a little bit at the very end of the start.
Yeah, I think the key for her is when she starts to face that lineup second time through is she's got to mix up a little bit more.
That's lined out to right field. That'll fall in there in front of Danica Coffey. So they'll relay it in. First hit of the game for the Talons. And there's first and second with 1 out.
Jordan Woolery, just very consistent, so solid at the plate. This is a curve on the outer half. She's able to go with pitches so well, hit behind runners. And now the Talons runners on first and second.
So that'll get us to Wyckoff, who hits this one on a line, and that is a fair ball. That is going to head towards the corner. It will get Alchin home, and then the relay throw can't be handled. It is a double for Wyckoff, drives in 2 runs, and Utah strikes first.
And I tell you what, Wyckoff has just been seeing it so big. It is like a beach ball for her. This is first pitch swinging. This is a screwball on the outer half, and just solid contact. And she's been coming up clutch and standing on second. 2-run RBI.
So now you get to Bree Ellis, who has been red hot. She's been the Talons' best hitter this year. Takes over the outside corner for a strike, and you've kind of just completely forgotten about last year for Bree Ellis.
Yeah, and she's just come into this year in a better mental space.
Puts it in the air to center field. Boone is there to make the play for the second out. And as you've talked about, Natasha, we were talking about this before the game, it is such a big jump when you're going from college to the pro game that it might take you a year to get your foot.
It takes a little bit of time. I think the first part is the pressure that athletes probably are putting on themselves, knowing that they're elevating themselves to the pro level. The second part of that is you're facing elite pitching. Like, these pitching staffs are so deep from top to bottom. And not saying that that's not the case in college, but these are the elite of the elite. And, you know, 1, 2, you're talking about facing the Talons, Megan Faremo, Montana Fouts. There's no night that you get off.
Oh, I mean, you go back-to-back, 7 innings, 12 strikeouts from Fouts 2 nights ago, and then Faremo turning in a complete game yesterday. Jacobson takes a strike as Mullins gets the call. It's 1-2. Jacobson, she had one of the Talons' 3 home runs yesterday. The 3 homers coming from the bottom portion of the lineup.
And
nice stop there by Edenfield.
Yeah, and I like the Talons. They moved them up a spot and packed them together. Caroline Jacobson, Jaquish moved up a spot tonight from last night.
And a swing and a miss. Mullins picks up her first strikeout of the night, but Utah is able to put 2 on the board.
I have a third golden ticket.
Taylor Tinsley, I am filled with emotion and excitement for you. You have earned everything that you've received because you've surrounded yourself with the best of the best with high standards. And know everything that you've worked for has come true. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Yeah, and, you know, for Taylor Tinsley, it's so great when you get that golden ticket. You're part of an elite club, and tonight she makes her first pro start.
Yeah, she makes her first pro start. And the last time we saw her, that was at the Women's College World Series, but took on a lot this year, leading the UCLA Bruins, took them to the College World Series. My nickname for her is the Bionic Arm. She had 235 innings pitched this season, and just incredible what she was able to do. And it'll be interesting to see how she fares in this staff, knowing she's got a lot of arms behind her now.
I know across baseball and softball, maybe wins don't quite mean what they used to, but 33 wins led all of NCAA Division I at UCLA. And this is a foul ball at home plate as we take a look at the Rawlings starting lineup for the Texas Volts, trying to avoid the 3-game sweep. You got Aaliyah Binford, 2 of the team's 4 RBIs in this series. Then she picked up her 3rd home run of the year yesterday. Fouls this one away. No balls and 2 strikes. I don't know, Natasha, when I think of prototypical leadoff hitters, Riley Boone probably is top of mind.
100%. And just, you know, we were talking about Aaliyah Andrews. Both of them are, but Riley Boone a little bit more aggressive. She's down 0-2, both of those being swings.
Slaps this one out to second base. Moore is the one who makes the play. The first out of the bottom of the first. And we say hello to Savannah Collins tonight.
Well, Natasha, you just mentioned it, the bulk of the innings that Taylor Tinsley threw for UCLA. Now we get our first look at her as a pro, and just last Thursday, she walked across the stage for her graduation, and then the next day was on a flight out to Salt Lake City to join the team. Coach Ball Malone told me that she has been so involved this past week, contributing in the film room, conversations they're having in the dugout, and has had some great bullpens, knowing that her time will come. So it's today that she's getting her Talons wings in this game.
Yeah, and I love hearing that. And Tinsley is just a fierce competitor, just a feisty competitor. And she comes off a little reserved, but when you talk to her, she knows exactly who she is as an athlete, as a pitcher. So I love that, to hear that she's contributing already.
And she's not going to quite do it like Fouts and Faremo do, but she's got so much spin and pitchability.
And I think that she complements Megan Faremo and Montana Fouts. She's a power pitcher in her own right, but a little different, more movement up and down. Not as much velo. She's around 64, 65. She'll go with that rise, that drop. She can go curve and backdoor, but it's just the heavy movement on that rise and the drop.
And she also got a nice look at how to take down this lineup after those two pitchers were so good. Tough pick, but a nice play made by Bree Ellis, and Danica Coffey is down. Well, we mentioned she had a decorated career at UCLA, and there's a look at Jordan Woolery and Taylor Tinsley, graduates of UCLA and now AUSL pros.
Yeah, now they're pros, and it was so cute. I got to talk to them in Salt Lake City, and the both of them saying, oh my gosh, we don't have school. The only thing we get to focus on is softball. I'm like, yes, welcome to the pros, girls. This is where it's at. And it's just the excitement on their face to be able to just play the game and extend their careers. Just so much joy in their faces.
Yeah, no longer have to worry about calculus or finals or anything like that.
Yes.
Vega hits it up the middle. Beal is there and gets a putout. So that feels pretty good for a first inning in the AUSL. 1-2-3 inning for Tinsley. Well, a 2-0 game as the Utah Talons have got the lead, and they're trying for a league-high 6th win today. Carolina Blaze behind Carlin Pickens had a great start, so they moved to 5-2. But the Talons going for a 3-game sweep after times are a little bit tougher in Portland.
Yeah, it just, they came off a tough series. Two of their high-quality athletes going down, Hannah Flippin going down, and Jada Coleman, and so just trying to work through that. And I think with the addition of Taylor Beal and Kaylee Wyckoff, they have not skipped a beat at all.
Now, they certainly have not, and Cindy Ball Malone, the Talons head coach has got to like what she sees so far. She's gotten offense, she's gotten pitching in this series, as Mullins misses a little bit high for ball one. And, you know, the offense has really been the story, along with the pitching, and just how well they have done getting off to another early start. I mean, the Talons last night 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And now the Talons have scored 9 of their last 15 innings.
Yes, and this is where the Volts need to put a stop. And, you know, just in that first inning, Mullins 25 pitches compared to a Tinsley 10 pitches. You can just see that she's working from behind a little bit.
Yeah, and like many pitchers, she is so different when she gets ahead in the count.
Yeah, and especially for her, she's just got to set the tone. She's got to go right at, let her defense make the plays behind her.
High pop-up, that is off the screen. And you might notice that because we are playing at the Dell Diamond, the home of the Round Rock Express, the AAA affiliate of the Texas Rangers, that backstop is a little bit bigger than you would anticipate. On the ground, out to the left side. Nice backhanded pickup by Jennings, and a nice pick. That's what you got to do. One hop throw, and it's well handled on the back end.
Okay, this is routine for Tiari Jennings. Yes, backhand, 5-6 hole. The degree of difficulty is hard, but this is routine for Tiari Jennings. But Sierra Romero at first base, I think we need to highlight that. She is out of position. She is doing whatever it takes for this Volt team, and that's where they need her at first base. Sierra Romero, generally a middle infielder, and her to be able to make that pick, complete the play, that is huge.
And she can play first base. 5'5", though, not probably your typical setup for a first baseman.
But has a mean glove. She can pick anything, so hey, I put my money on Sierra Romero.
And one of the great players in this league and one of the leaders of the Texas team. There's a strike into Moore. 2 balls and a strike. Addie Moore played her college softball at Clemson, 4th round pick in the allocation draft. And she's ahead of the count, 3-1. A rookie season. She hadn't played in a year since she wasn't drafted originally.
And that's where it gets hard when you take time off, obviously, when you're not getting those reps. You just kind of get away from your game. And so to get back into game mode, it takes a little bit of time. And so Maddie Moore just working with timing, working with seeing pitches. So that's been her foe.
Got jammed. Is there room? Yes, there is. Michaela Edenfield, what a catch. Put that one on the highlight reel.
And if this doesn't pump you up, I don't know what does. Michaela Eddingfield just has so much room to go. Hey, and this is like a league of their own catch. Making that out right there, that's huge.
I mean, she talks about the razzle-dazzle and the face painting. That is some razzle-dazzle on defense. 1-0 here to Taylor Beal, who last night had her first professional home run. Yeah, you definitely deserve a little recognition after a play like that. One ball and 1 strike against Beal, and especially for Mullins, through 25 pitches in the first inning, you need your second inning to be quicker. That's something you appreciate a little more as a pitcher.
Yes, yeah.
Two and 1 here against Beal. Had a really nice year offensively in her final college season. 3 balls and a strike. You know what you're going to get from her is somebody who can handle the glove very well. It's going to show the bunt here on 3-1. And will take a strike over the inside corner, so it's full.
Yeah, Beal, more of your defensive specialist, but just yesterday, breaking it open at the bottom of the lineup with that home run.
Feels like a big pitch, even though it's the second inning, and she freezes her. Strike 3 called. Very nicely done by Jessica Mullins. So one great play defensively by Michaela Enfield, and quite a bounce-back inning for the Texas Volts.
Fire me up, Michaela Enfield. Hopefully some momentum for the Volts.
A nice bounce-back inning for Jessica Mullins, a 2-0 Talons lead. Right now the Volts trying to get their offense in gear. See, the first 3 games, 282 drive-in, 16 runs. The last 5, 230. They got off to a good start in this series at the very beginning, but their offense has been pretty cold since then. But good news is they start off with Aaliyah Binford in this inning, facing Taylor Tinsley, and that is outside for ball 1. And Savannah Collins, what kind of adjustments are the Volts trying to make?
Going into their ABs really aggressively, but then they'll kind of take a step back, maybe taking too many pitches, and she wants them to be able to make adjustments to the pitchers faster, whether that's as the game progresses or when a team makes changes. She says we cannot wait until the end of the game to get aggressive in our hitting and in the base path, because by that point it's too late. So Tosh, as a hitter, how do you make that change if you've maybe been a little on your heels over the course of the last couple games?
Yeah, the adjustments you have to make is thinking I'm swinging at strike number 1 or strike number 2, and I want to be aggressive consistently through the game, and definitely I am not striking out looking. I am going down with big swings and being aggressive throughout the game.
You certainly saw the Volts be aggressive yesterday. I mean, Megan Faremo, she was on her game last night. 14 of the 26 batters that she faced, the ABs lasted 3 pitches or less.
Yeah. And that's just, you know, Montana Fouts, Megan Faremo just going right at, it was their game. And the Volts honestly didn't make any adjustments. They didn't try to put the ball in play, small ball, anything to make the Talons have to field the ball or do anything else.
Speaking of Montana Fouts, there he is. There she is. Tough play and not in time. So not hit very hard, but Aaliyah Binford has got another hit, and it's the first of the night for Texas.
And how about Aaliyah Binford? I mean, she can hit it out the park, she can pitch, she can hit for power, and she can beat out singles. Look at the speed. Aaliyah Binford, pump me up.
I mean, that's right out of the Natasha Wadley playbook right there.
Using the ground right in front of home plate. I see you, Aaliyah.
You get a base runner now for Tiare Jennings. Out to short. There's 1, and he spoke too soon. There is 2. Double play, and just like that, Taylor Tinsley's got 2 outs.
and perfect positioning from Taylor Beal. This is honestly hit really hard from Tiari Jennings, so this is a routine double play here for the Talons.
Yeah, very nice turn Taylor made, with Beal being right at the bag. So now here's Leanne Good, and she will take low for ball one. We saw her play third base yesterday, and she is back there today.
Yeah, just a defensive specialist as well. She's played second at college for UT, also has played first as well.
To third base, Woolry with an easy play. And so after the double play, it means that Tinsley faces the minimum, 2-0 Talons.
My great honor to present this golden ticket to Leanne Good.
Leanne is a special person and teammate because she just cares so much. She gives it everything she has each and every day. She fights, she battles. You feel proud, like a proud dad about your kid getting a golden ticket.
I think a lot of players would say they are excited to be part of the Texas Vaults. For Leanne Good, though, it's really special because of her time spent with the Texas Longhorns. Of course, that's not too far away from where we are here in Round Rock, and there she is over at third base, as we said tonight. It'll be Aaliyah Andrews to bat first. That is high for ball one, and for maybe a little bit more about the defensive musical chairs back down to Savannah Collins.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different Volts lineups so far this season. Leanne Good over at third base, and now she has played every position in the field at some point at Texas except for pitcher and catcher. But Coach Woodard is just trying to get some more reps for different athletes at third base because Mia Scott is out for the season. So we've seen Vega there, Good there as well. This team does have more depth in the middle infield position, so she's just looking to get some comfortability with Good there if that's where they need to fill her throughout the season.
It's one of the things that professional baseball, professional softball, you value nowadays. It is positional versatility.
Absolutely, and this is a coach's dream to be able to put an athlete anywhere on the field. And so the biggest thing that I stress to young athletes is play different positions. It just elevates your softball IQ, makes you more valuable at the next level. And it's just incredible to watch all of these athletes. They don't skip a beat anywhere they are on the field.
Slapped, and will it stay foul? Yes, it will, as Good comes in to pick it up. Real dynasty going on with the Texas Longhorns. Back-to-back Women's College World Series championships. And the fans here, and you hear so many of the Volts players and even players across the league all talk about it. The softball scene is just a little bit different down here.
Yeah, down in Texas. Yeah,
down in Texas, yeah.
Yes, they love their softball. I mean, even just the fans out tonight. The first night we were worried it was so hot, but they're like, "What are you talking about? This is normal. We will not miss softball."
And Elijah Kennedy, of course, starting yesterday for the Volts, comes from Texas Tech. And, of course, the Texas Volts have got a bunch of different players from Texas. As there you see, Elijah Kennedy, 5 innings, 3 runs yesterday. Mullins starting tonight out of Texas State. And Andrews is on base. That's the 2nd time she has walked.
Yeah, just great eyes from Aaliyah Andrews. She's able to go deep into counts. I like the way that she approaches her at bats, takes a lot of pitches, lets her offense see what the pitcher's throwing.
Alchin fouls this one away. So far, what we've seen out of this Talons lineup is they are working Mullins. I mean, so far 10 batters have come to the plate for Utah. 4 of them have seen full counts.
Making her throw a lot of pitches and getting her a lot of work.
1 ball and 1 strike. That is fouled away by Alchin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last game of this 3-game series. Texas trying to avoid the sweep. And then Texas will have a little bit of time off. They'll be back at it on Tuesday. Lofted out to left field. Nice running play there by Goodwin as they throw it back in. So a good read off the bat, and Alchin denied extra bases.
Just such good speed from Jaden Goodwin. Able to cover a lot of ground out there.
That's going to get Woolry up to the plate. Runner is going. Pitch is high. And a nice backup there by Amina Bega to make sure that Andrews is not able to take another base.
Yeah, and I could feel that. Just really good timing of having a stolen base right there after Jalen Alchin didn't get it done. But Aaliyah Andrews, such good speed. Good first 3 steps and gets in there safely.
Talons didn't start off the year stealing many bases. So one of the 2 reviews that you get. And that is Scott Mayer who's telling us about it. So let's take a look. What do you think, Natasha? Did she leave early?
Gosh, I think she's on time. Let's give it one more look, but you have to make sure that you're staying connected to the bag before the pitcher releases the ball, and she's still connected there. I think she's still on the bag. Ball's out of Mullins' hands. So I think that's clean.
Yeah, there's nothing in that replay that seems to be definitive that you would change it.
Yeah. And you had mentioned the Talons just stealing a little bit more.
After further review, the call has been confirmed. The runner did not leave early. That is the Bolts' first challenge.
So you get 2 challenges, whether you're successful or unsuccessful, and so that's the first one used. And so Woolry at bat here, 1 ball and no strikes. Now 6 for 6 now for the Talons in stolen bases this year. And when it comes to stealing bases, you know Andrews is going to be moving it on the bases and then putting more pressure on the pitcher when you get to the middle part of that order.
And also, too, knowing Edenfield, she's 0-2 for throwing out runners. So someone who steals bases, like I'm keeping that in my head. I have that in the back of my brain that she hasn't thrown us out. So I am going to be aggressive. I'm going to steal some bases.
Woolry takes one high, 3-1. Jordan Woolry, she's reached safely in her last 3 straight plate appearances. Nice pitch over the outside corner. Another one of those full counts, though, and Mullins trying to make a good pitch here.
Yeah, good spot. And she's working. She's working those corners, working that curve.
in the air opposite field. Coffey is there to make the play, and Andrews slides in safely. So it's an out, but a productive one, and Andrews stands 90 feet away, stands not too far away with 2 outs.
And this is how you manufacture runs, just trying to get yourself in scoring position. Leah Andrews, that started with her stealing second base, and now she's in a good position to capitalize on that productive out to the right side. Now she's standing on third, 60 feet away.
Beautiful changeup there from Mullins for strike one. I mean, when she's on, you kind of figure you got the hard stuff, but then that is a big difference with that changeup.
Yeah, and that changeup was just 49 miles per hour, so a significant difference in speed. Her hard stuff, she gets around 68, 69. That last one, 69. That rise. She can work that changeup a little bit more. She can keep these hitters off balance.
So if you're Wyckoff, I'm not sure what you're thinking here. That is hit second base. Vega makes the play. Nicely done. Runner reaches third, but no damage done for Mullins. Well, we welcome you back to the Dell Diamond. It is a 2-0 game. The Talons have got the lead. Megan Faramo dealing. Yesterday, picked up a bunch of strikeouts and another complete game performance. 4 straight complete game performances by Talons pitchers coming in. And that's why Megan Faramo is going to join us as part of our chair chat. Megan, how's it going?
It's going great. It's a great day to be at the field and to watch Tink in the circle dealing.
Yeah, what has it been like to watch Taylor Tinsley? I mean, I'm sure there's some nerves with it being her ASUL debut.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a full circle moment for both of us. To be able to see Tink come into this pro league and do her thing is really cool. I remember her as a freshman just being so fearless from the jump, and I think she's brought that same energy and attitude here.
Yeah, I love seeing you guys back together, and you guys can actually complement each other so well. But yesterday, we're going to talk about you for a little bit. You were dealing, that was the Megan Faramo that I think we all know and love. And so what was working for you yesterday, pitch-wise?
I think getting my off speed in there was a big adjustment for me. I've also been playing around with a drop ball. It's kind of hard to live up in the zone in this league, so I think I learned that the hard way. But just being able to rely on my catchers, rely on the coaching staff to get my head in it, and then just trusting my stuff.
Yes, so that's one thing that I have noticed too, is you throwing your drop ball way more often. And just how have you been able to kind of incorporate that into your game?
Honestly, it's a faith thing. I just have to trust that I can do it. And then once I go for it, and trust whoever's back there to block it if it goes in the dirt. But I think that's the name of the game, is developing yourself, trusting yourself to get better, even if it's going to look ugly. I just think, kind of have to do it if I want to keep growing with the game.
Well, Sierra Romero gets an infield single, and then the overthrow allows for her to reach second. Megan, what is it like watching Montana Fouts? Because she had quite a performance herself the night before.
It's so awesome. I've known Tana for the longest time, and obviously we see her on the field do her thing, but to me, I'm so grateful for who she is as a person and how she impacts everyone around her. But yeah, watching her deal is so much fun because I think she could get the batters out with a lot of different things, and she is someone that inspires me to just go for it. So it's a lot of fun to watch her.
So how much do you guys bounce things off of one another?
Oh my goodness. I feel like we are having the best conversations ever that no one is ever going to know about because we're just...
Tell us.
Well, we're in the bullpen and we're constantly working on things. We're not so much debating, but just going back and forth on ideas. And if I feel any little tweak in my form, I know I can rely on her or anyone else in the bullpen to help me out. But just really good stuff and the mentality things as well. It's really cool to be around people who've been playing this game at a high level for a while. But she's definitely someone that's fun to talk to.
Well, Megan, it has been great to watch you pitch this year. You guys are the best pitching staff in the entire AUSL, and we really appreciate you taking a little bit of time with us tonight.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So good, so poised. She's been one of the game's best for such a long time, and you don't stumble across folks like Megan Faremo too often.
Not at all. And just for her maturity of saying, hey, I've got to, you know, incorporate another pitch here. I used to be able to live and die off of my rise ball. I've got to go to this drop ball, and just her ability to continue to develop, continue to adjust. I think it speaks volumes about her.
Well, a little bit of time elapsed there as we take a look at the Superstars staff. Faremo, Fouts, 3 complete games for Montana Fouts, 2 for Megan Faremo. And don't forget that Faremo had a save earlier on this year as well. As good of a 1-2 punch as you're going to see in this league.
Yes, yes. And just the combination of them, and like what better way that they kind of tag team and bounce things back and forth or each other's eyes. Like that is the ultimate pitching staff right there. And I don't really think I would want to face them.
Outside for ball 1. I mean, it's it for Montana Fouts with the 12 strikeouts 2 nights ago. Probably the word would be surgical. The way she was painting the corners with
that's a good word.
Throwing 70 miles an hour in the 5th inning, and then followed right up last night with a great performance by Faremo. Now here we see Tinsley in a little bit of trouble for a change, working with a bit of traffic. She'd allowed only 1 base runner through her first 2 innings. Popped up. Infield fly is called, and Woolery is there to make the catch. That was a really good pitch by Tinsley to jam Goodwin.
Yeah, and that's her rise ball. And just a good pitch. That's exactly what she does with that pitch. Induces a lot of pop-ups. So relying on her defense a little bit here.
So now we go second time through the lineup. Natasha, how much tougher is it for a new pitcher in pro softball after they've already seen you once?
Yeah, it's hard for a pitcher because these hitters are pro hitters as well. They're making their adjustments. I've already seen what you've got. I've got a feel for your speed. That's the biggest thing, is like getting your timing down as a hitter. So once you get that, now it's getting the movement, picking my pitch and hunting.
Out to left field by Boone. This is tailing foul, and it is a foul ball. 1-1. Volts have to feel like this is somebody you like to have up in a spot like this with runners at first and second. Boone's first opportunity to hit with runners on base in this series. Takes low. 2-1. She's batted leadoff in all 7 games that she'd played coming in. Now 8. 4 for her last 11 at the plate. Line drive, and that is in the left field for a base hit. Nicely done by Riley Boone using the opposite field. And you gotta love it. Bases loaded with one out, and finally, if you're the Volts, you have something cooking.
Yes, and Riley Boone, this is the energy the Volts need. Aggressive swings, runners on base, put the pressure on the Talons. Let's go, Riley Boone.
Somebody who plays with a lot of passion out on the field. So here's Danica Coffey hitting with the bases loaded, and there's strike one in from Tinsley. So a huge chance here for Coffey, and then you got Amina Vega, who is on deck. Very good pitch right there. Not much, if you're Coffey, you could do with that.
Yeah, and that's what Tinsley can do so well. She can mix speeds. That was her drop on the inner half. And here, if I'm Danica Coffey, I am just being aggressive. Again, swinging early in counts. Sorry, now she's down 0-2, but you got to protect here. But just have some conviction with these swings that you take here from here on out.
A chance for Coffey to have a big moment here in her home state. 0-2. Fights that one off foul. Coffey, she hails from Angleton, Texas, which is a little over 3 hours away from Round Rock. She was saying excited to be close to her hometown so her family can come see her play. Just inside. 1-2.
And that is a close pitch to take.
Pilot's eyes. Tinsley coming with a 1-2. Back to the mound, or back to the circle. A throw home for one. They will not try and throw on to first, though, as Romero is taken down at the plate. And a nice job there of Tinsley to field her position.
Yeah, and Tinsley just doing a good job of just trying to induce some ground balls here, stays within herself, ensures that she gets that out at home, that first out. And 2 outs for the Talons.
So now here is Amina Vega. A little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Vega among the AUSL's leaders in hits. And she will take a strike, 1-1. Volts 2 for 5 this season with the bases loaded. Vega's been a good 2-out hitter, though. She's 4 for 7. Two balls and a strike. And I have to imagine, Natasha, just a big part of it, when you have the bases loaded and you're struggling like the Volts, just find a way to put the ball in play.
Just hit it hard. Line drives, hit it hard. Control what you can control. Swinging at good pitches.
A triple would be nice. She's got a couple of those. Hit softly. Moore gets the put out, and that is good situational pitching by Taylor Tinsley. Challenged in the circle, but she gets out of it. Now there's Ellis, who's going to lead off the fourth inning for the Talons. They've got a 2-0 lead here at the Dell Diamond. And this is so funny. Face of Volts in game one. Okay, me taking 3 big fat pitches down the middle without lifting the bat off my shoulder for the very worst at bat of my whole life. I guess she just didn't get anything that she was looking ahead. And then things got a little bit better yesterday.
Oh, yeah. And you just have to love how she does not take herself seriously, because this game will eat you up and it will spit you out. And so she did look at some fat pitches in that first night, but was able to come through last night and redeem herself.
There is a questionnaire that they have the players fill out, which we get to take a look at. And Brielle is a huge personality. And this was something that made me laugh. Her proudest accomplishment, you would think it would be winning National Player of the Year when she was in college. She says that was her second best accomplishment. Her first one was getting a perfect score on her AP Calculus test in high school. Natasha, I didn't quite make it to AP Calculus.
Me neither. So I guess if I did make it to AP Calculus, that would be the highlight for me as well. So I hear you, Briellis. I love it.
It's such a great personality, and her big personality is coming out. You know, when she's that way, it means that she's losing on top of her game.
Yes, yeah. And that's been one of the things that Coach Bob Malone, she went around each of the athletes and kind of said, you know, what do you need? And, you know, where do you need to be? And Briellis' answer was saying, if I am quiet, that means I am internalizing things and I am not in a good place. So if I am talking loose, I'm in a good place.
It's another trend that you've got to monitor if you're Jessica Mullins. That is the third time in 4 innings where she's opened an inning with a leadoff walk.
Yes, and this is where the Talons have done an incredible job of having that leadoff on base, but Mullins definitely needs to find a way to go right at these hitters and not get too deep in counts.
So it appears we're going to be making a change. 40 strikes, 29 balls. We will have a pitching change here in Round Rock, Utah, with a 2-0 lead. Well, a pitching change here for the Volts, and it is Sydney Bruzan, the former Oklahoma Sooner, who's going to come in, Natasha.
Yeah, and just a different look. She's going to slow it down just a little bit from Mullins. She predominantly will stay down where Mullins was more side to side on the plate. She's got some good off speed.
And she's a pitcher who's going to get an opportunity to come in. Yesterday made her first pro appearance in the circle for the Volts. She got the final 3 outs, gave up 1 run. She was selected from the reserve athlete pool. June 11th, she replaced Alyssa Denham, who went on the injured list back on June 10th. And it is something that the Volts have been battling a little bit. An injury, as we said, to Denham, and so you bring Bruzan on board, and then Nyjah Kennedy started the game last night, still getting used to how things work at the pro level, but last night there were a few good signs.
Yeah, definitely some good signs.
Popped up, and Jennings is there to make the play. Nothing wrong with that. Don't miss the AUSL Signature Series at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. Watch the Carolina Blaze take on the Utah Talons June 25th through 27 in an exciting week of pro softball action. Single game tickets and series passes on sale now. Visit the AUSL.com to get yours today. As that pitch is low for ball one. Jaquish takes a look at a strike, and it's 1-1. Jaquish, she's played catcher, she's played third base, 2 for 3 game yesterday. She wraps this foul, 1-2. Yeah, if you can play catcher and another corner infield position, that makes life considerably easier for your head coach.
I call her a Swiss Army knife. She can do everything. She honestly is solid in any position that you put her in.
And this one is fouled off. Well, for Jaquish, she was one of 3 that hit a home run for... third. And there is ball 4. So that's going to put 2 runners on base after Mullins walked Ellis to open up the inning, and then Jaquish is able to reach. Now the Talons, yesterday was great because so many players contributed in the lineup. It was one of the Talons' best offensive games. And what's been so impressive about the Talons, Natasha, is they're 5-3. They have a chance to pick up their league best 6th win today. And look at some of the people on the injured list.
Yeah, that's just like, that's the heart of their team. Hannah Flippin and Charlize Palacios, both protected athletes when they went to the expansion draft. Jaden Coleman picked up in the expansion draft. And so just valuable players, but the Talons just continuing to have the momentum on their side without them as well.
They came in with the top pitching staff in the AUSL at that 2.58 ERA, and Tinsley has only made things better with how she has pitched, and a really good offering there from Berzon. Picks up a big strikeout for the second out of the inning.
And the adjustments from yesterday for Berzon, she was throwing that changeup but wasn't able to get it for a swing and miss location, and just a good location where she's able to spot this. This falls off the table and gets a Maddie Moore swinging.
Pitch is down for ball 1. Berzon, 2-time All-American at LSU, and then she was also at Oklahoma. So here's a chance for Beal, another one who had a home run yesterday. Out to right field, and it lands foul as it hits off the tarp.
Just thinking like a addition like a Taylor Beal, just what she's been able to do. She's just been able to come in and step in for Hannah Flippin at short and having quality at bats. And I will probably say the Talons were like, say, hey, we just need a defensive specialist, but she's been able to provide some offense coming into her own yesterday.
Lined and caught by Jennings in the perfect spot. Makes the catch, so a couple walks, but no damage done. It's still a 2-0 Talons lead. is Father's Day tomorrow, and of course, you got to appreciate the softball dads out there. There's Briella's with her dad, Ron, Alyssa, and Steven Denham. Her family's so supportive in everything she's gone through. Jaden and Jay Goodwin. And Natasha, tell us a softball story about your dad, because Father's Day tomorrow, and the dads, just the amount that they sacrifice to be with their daughters and watch them progress throughout their softball lives.
My dad is so instrumental in my softball career, and everybody knows him as Coach Watley because he just will go to any random softball game. That's how passionate he is about this game, and part of that into me, and just, you know, honing in and loving your craft, and definitely wouldn't be anywhere without my dad.
Popped up foul. 0-1 into Aaliyah Binford. Was he the toughest on you, on the teams you played on?
He wasn't tough. He definitely wanted to talk about everything. I'm like, I don't want to talk through everything. And he wasn't a tough or screamer or yeller. Definitely wanted me to internalize and grow and think the game a little bit more.
Here's one out as Aaliyah Binford is retired to open up the inning. We welcome you into the broadcast booth. Jeff, along with Natasha, Savannah Collins here as well. Really nice night for softball here in the Lone Star State. A little bit of rain earlier, but this is as good as it gets for a Saturday night.
It is beautiful, and the crowd is out. Like a perfect night for softball. No place that I'd rather be. We get to hang out, Jeff.
I know.
The best place ever.
It has been so great, and I looked at your resume just to remind myself about all the accolades you had when you were a pro and when you were in college, and I was saying I better be on my A game tonight.
And I heard all about you, and I got to be on my A game, so I'm stepping up to the plate. Let's go.
No, it's been wonderful to take a part in the AUSL this year. So happy to be working with you and Savannah and so many others throughout this great season. Jennings takes down for ball two, and it's really cool, the AUSL, for all the players who are part of it, because there's not many times in your life where you get to say that you're on the ground floor of something, and that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, it really feels like that, and for the first time in our sport, it feels like everything is starting to come together right at the right time. The eyeballs, the exposure, the popularity, we've got the stars. It's just, it feels incredible, and you know, I feel like I've been in the game for a little bit, so it's almost like watching your kid grow, your baby grow, and all of these athletes, all of us who've been a part of it, just want to leave the game better than we found it, and that's what's happening.
So a one-out walk. Tiare Jennings reaches base. And so you look at that AUSL, as we said, you add two teams this year, the Spark and the Cascade added. 75 total games, you get 25 per team. And then the AUSL Championship, where everybody wants to go. College Station, 2 and 3 seed meet, and then they will face the #1 seed from there. And, you know, it feels like a lot has happened, yet the season just started.
It's only been a week and some, maybe we're going on 2 weeks, but it feels very action-packed. We are seeing a lot of the college stars that have come in and have already made an impact. We've seen a lot of pitching duels. We've seen a lot of offense. I mean, you ask and you name it, you see it. We've seen it. It's been a lot of fun.
Out to the gap in left field. That'll drop down in front of Alchin. So it's relayed in. The 4th hit of the game for Texas. Now the question is, what do you do with it?
And just right now, what it's all about is feeding off of momentum. Get a runner on, figure out a way to be feisty, put this ball in play hard, get as much traffic as you can, and that's what the Volts are doing.
So here comes Sierra Romero with 2 on and 1 out. Taken outside for ball 1. If you're Tinsley, you're kind of thinking maybe a double play, because almost all the outs that she's recorded in this game, Natasha, have come on the ground.
Yeah, and if you can take a look at the infield right now, the middles are playing back. They're playing deep. playing for that double play, knowing that Tinsley will provide that ball on the ground. And the middles are playing behind the baseline. We've got one out.
Romero hits it on a line. Oh boy, double play. That is tough luck, and when things aren't going your way, you see that more often than not. So helped out by your defense, Tinsley puts a fourth scoreless inning up there.
And this is tough luck for the Volts. Sierra Romero hitting this on the nose, but Maddie Moore exactly where she needs to be for the double play. Rookie Carlin Pickens, who has already emerged as a star. She has been electric for the Blaze and just throwing absolute dirty heat. And looks like she's having such a fun time being a pro.
Yeah, 4-0. I mean, we talk about adjustments. Carlin Pickens says there's no adjustments about going to pro softball. 19 innings, 18 strikeouts. Kinsey Brown had that great game where she struck out 10. She's 2-0. Maya Johnson 2-2. And how about Taylor Tinsley, who had a 13-pitch fourth after a 24-pitch third. She's getting high five there in the dugout. Talons up 2-0. They got both of their runs in the first. And there is strike one from Berzon, who looked like she was in rhythm once she came in the game.
Yeah, definitely going right at, using that off speed. Good location, locating it a little bit better than she was yesterday.
1 ball and 1 strike into Aaliyah Andrews. Slapped out to the left side. Jennings, not in time. It's close. It is one that you wonder if the Volts might want to review it.
Yeah, just perfect location from Leah Andrews. You can't ask for anything better from a slap hitter, placing it in that 5-6 hole. Anytime I know that I can make a defender move to the right or the left, that gives me a little bit more time to get down the line. But again, this is tough. Jennings just has a gun and then nails that thing out over there. So they didn't review it.
I mean, Sierra Romero, she did everything she could with that stretch. But that last lunge from Andrews is what, on that replay, seemed to indicate she got there. Pitch is a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike into Alchin. Tapped out to the left side. There's the throw. They're going to say that she's off the bag. I think she was on the bag.
I think she was on the bag as well. I definitely would review that one.
Yeah, you can leave the bag when the ball hits your glove, and I think we're going to see a review here. And ball Malone coming out.
Yeah, and it's this Vega just looks like she's on the inner part of second base, but good job of holding on to that ball. But it's just unclear if you can see if her foot was making contact with the ball on the side of it. I mean, with the bag.
The Volts are challenging the safe call at second base. The call is under further review.
I sent Cindy Ball Malone. I mean, Ricky Woodard, who comes out and says they want to review this, and something tells me, and I know that I might be talking out of school here by saying this, but I think this review may not take all that long.
Yeah, it may not take all that long, and it's at first it was if she missed the bag, but when she catches it, it looks like she's still in contact with the bag on the side of it. She's not directly on top of it. I can't. Oh yeah, she's off. That's a better view right there. To me, it looks like she's off of the bag. She's not in contact with the bag when she catches the ball.
And so you have Good, who's playing over at third base, taking as much as she could get, throwing over to Vega, who has started most of the games for the Volts at third base this year. As Cindy Ball Malone waits to see what the ruling is going to be. Here it is.
After further review, the call stands. Safe at second base. That is the Volts' second and final challenge.
You mentioned that extra review when you got to look at where her foot was. Just nothing conclusive, I guess, for an overturn.
Right. Yeah, and I think that that's the right call.
So it's tough. You're working with two on base, and now you get to Jordan Woolry here. She lines one up the middle. Throw is coming home, and it will be knocked down there by Enfield, but base is loaded after the infield single, fielder's choice, and now the base hit. And
you just are starting to feel like the Volts just not being able to catch a break here. And Jordan Woolery never missing a moment. Runners in scoring position and able to hit this ball up the middle. Nice piece of hitting.
And on top of that, you are going to Kelly Wyckoff, who has driven in both of the Talons' runs in this game. And it appears that we are going to have a pitching change for the Volts. So Berzon is going to exit after 2 hits. And it is going to be Garcia who is going to come in here in relief for the Volts. And I think right now, Rachel Garcia just trying to put things together. It's probably not the spot that you want to be putting her in with the bases loaded, but hopeful that maybe with her back against the wall, it's going to ignite something here.
Definitely ignite something, and if you're a competitor or if you know anything about Rachel Garcia, this is definitely a situation to just change the momentum for the Volts. You just feel like nothing is going their way, and if you are Rachel Garcia, this is such a great opportunity to shut the door and get some things going your way.
Yeah, so she comes on. Who's heading to the 2026 AUSL All-Star Cup? You decide. Head to the AUSL.com right now to pick your top 10 players. You can vote once a day, every day, through June 30th to send the league's best to the All-Star Cup in Rosemont in August. See your favorite players on the field. Vote today at the AUSL.com /vote. So not an easy spot here for Garcia. Andrews at third, Alchin at second, and then Woolry at first after her base hit to center field. And you go to Wyckoff against Garcia. 3 losses this year for her. A high amount of walks, 4 hit by pitches as well, but no place for Wyckoff to go. And then Ellis is right after that. And starts off with strike one, and a little heat there at 71.
Yeah, she's bringing it, and definitely just a good change, especially like you said, where they're coming in the middle of their order. Wyckoff and Ellis, big bats for the Talons.
That one is dropped down into left for a base hit that gets in one run. And so Wyckoff, her third RBI of this game, and the Talons with their first run since the first inning.
Yeah, the Talons, they just keep attacking. They keep putting in on the pressure. And nothing better that you can ask for from this offense.
And 3 RBIs for her, and now you get to Bri Ellis. A little Powder River there for strike one.
That's a big swing, a big aggressive swing. But if I'm the Talons, hey, why not? I'm swinging big, and they're seeing it. Go for it.
4th in batting average, tied for 2nd in slugging, 3rd in RBIs, 4th in on base coming in today. And Garcia once again bringing the heat, and it's 0-2. Still nobody out in this inning, and Utah with an opportunity to lower the boom here. Garcia's 0-2. And it's skied out to center field. The catch is made by Boone. She'll quickly relay it in. And there is a big first out of a very tough hitter.
And this is exactly what you want from Rachel Garcia, but just take a look, this rise, and Bri Ellis just gets jammed, and that's the ones that sting and hurt. But Rachel Garcia able to get it done there.
Now with 1 out, bases still loaded. Here's Jacobson, and blows it by her for strike one. I don't know, this looks like the best version we have seen of Garcia so far this year.
Yeah, just coming right in, throwing smoke, 71, 70.
Now she jumps ahead 0-2 as there rose up in the strike zone, and Jacobson got jammed. Now, 3rd relief appearance this year for Garcia. 5 runs in 4 1/3 innings. She's allowed 1 home run, and that's important too. 7 pitches, 7 strikes. Flared out to right center field, and the catch gets made, and that'll get a run in to make it 4-0. And I think Boone might have forgotten how many outs there were.
She definitely forgot how many outs there are, and you can see her saying my bad right there. And that is her ball to take, and she is a center fielder, but also too thinking that that ball is taking her away from home, but she's a lefty, so I think either way, but priority goes to center fielder there, but she just forgot the outs there.
So one of those mistakes, if you're the Volts, you just can't afford at this point. 2 outs in the inning. And there is strike one from Garcia into Jaquish. Now, there have been some long innings in this game. You really have to challenge yourself as a defender to make sure you're locked in to everything going on.
And that's a great point. Sometimes, especially with the pitching changes and a lot of action happening, a lot of base runners, defenders have to stay in tune, stay in the game. Sometimes it can be a challenge.
0-2 here against Jaquish. Just inside. Volts fans wanted it.
Yeah. It's a good location. That's that rise in. Rachel's like, please, just give it to me, please.
1-2 coming from Garcia. Tapper, really tough play, and it's not in time. That's going to get Woolry in, So the Talons add their third run of the inning, not hit hard by Jaquish, but she gets it in play.
Yeah, just take a look at where Leanne Good starts on this play. She's starting behind the bag. And again, with the Savannah Jaquish, you know that she's got a lot of pop. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And this is just a slow dribbler, a long way for her to go. And Jaquish has a little bit of foot speed too, but just a hard play for Leanne Good to make that play.
Yeah, there's Riley Boone. You know, she would take that mistake back if she could. And the Talons, they're going to go to a pinch hitter here for Maddie Moore. It is going to be Rachel Becker who is going to pinch hit. Becker hits it out to third. Good. All she's got to do is touch third base. She does, and the inning is over. But it's an inning where the Talons get 3 more runs, and Utah up 5-0. Well, here it is, deep in the heart of Texas at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. You go from night to day, working on the field here, which is the home of the Texas Volts. We had a little bit of rain earlier on today, but things fortunately cleared up, and we have got softball tonight. And on top of that, Natasha, they are also playing deep in the heart of Texas, which is one of those tunes that you just got to get behind.
Yeah, they're playing that song right now, and crazy that we all know this song.
Stars at
Not
night
being from here.
are big and bright. Yeah, the home of the Round Rock Express, AAA affiliate of the Texas Rangers. Rangers a couple hours away from here or so, as are the Houston Astros. And so, going back out there, it is going to be Taylor Tinsley, 5 innings, and because of some of those fast innings, Natasha, 56 pitches thrown.
Yeah, she's kept her pitch count down, just in comparison to the Volts, and for the most part, she's been going to work. Got into a little bit of trouble last inning, but for the most part, she's been steady Eddie.
Tap foul, no balls and 2 strikes. And you have to imagine it puts a smile on the faces of Faremo and Fouts, given how they pitch. And they're saying, well, it's her first start in the AUSL. What's going to come after this?
Right. And I can't get over the Talons pitching staff, just the versatility that they have, just so many different looks. So many different options, you know, and just a Taylor Tinsley who's used to carrying a big load.
Enfield slips coming out of the box as Edenfield is out. And with more about Tinsley, we go down to Savannah Collins.
Well, I'm probably like you guys wondering just how long she's going to go today. And I asked Coach Ball Malone going in, I said, Coach, is there a plan, a set amount of innings you'd like to see from her? She goes, hey, you know our staff. If they can go 7 innings, we're going to let them do them all. So as we see Tinsley continue to cruise through this lineup, expect for her to have a really long leash today, just like Fouts and Faremo.
Out to left field, and the catch is made there by Alchin for out number 2. Well, it's that dreaded third time through the order. We're there right now as Riley Boone is going to come up to the plate. And there was that third inning where she got into some trouble. She threw 24 pitches. Bounce is back, though, in the fourth. Was helped out by the line-out double play as Boone slaps it foul for strike 1. And no panic for Tinsley, who, let's face it, she's been on some big stages before.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she just, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago was at Women's College World Series. So definitely is very familiar to pressure moments, big stages.
That one is hit well, and it is over the head of the right fielder. And it is a double for Riley Boone, so trying to atone after the mistake earlier on in the inning. She's got a 2-bagger, and the Bolts have a runner at second.
And Riley Boone, such a spark plug, but just take a look. She's able to stay in her legs. This is an off-speed pitch, and such beautiful hands from Riley Boone to still stay back, supply some power. And she's got some good wheels, and she stands up on second.
Yeah, sends it over the head of Jacobson. Coffey fouls it away for strike 1. Boone acting fast. This Volts team has been very aggressive over the last 2 games. Tinsley got her first 2 outs on 5 pitches. That one's tapped over to first base, and an easy play for Ellis. Well, it has been a debut to remember for Taylor Tinsley. 5 scoreless, and her team leads.
Hang your head low. You got no time for shame. Don't let the world say no. You gotta fan the flames.
AUSL softball here in the Lone Star State. And so far, it is a Utah lead of 5-0. Taylor Tinsley in her pro debut, 5 scoreless innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts, but sometimes defenses like to be involved too.
Yeah, she's using her D. She's settled in.
Tough play, and under the glove of Leanne Good. It'll be thrown in. We're going to have to see how this is scored, but Beal is on base to open up the inning.
Just a bad read from Leanne Good at third. anytime you've got like a slow roller like that, you want to try to go attack it, not play the long hop on that. So I think she just misread that. It skids, it takes a long hop and gets past her. Beal's on first.
So that'll flip the lineup card over for Andrews. Sets the bunt down. Enfield's going to go to first base. And so you advance the runner there and Beal up to second on what might go down as a sacrifice.
Yeah, that's definitely a sacrifice. And the Andrews just slowing herself down, making sure she gets that ball down.
So one out in the inning with a runner in scoring position. And it's outside for ball one. I know that the last inning, Natasha, went sideways, but Rachel Garcia, 13 pitches, 12 strikes. It looked like Rachel Garcia when she's at her best.
Yeah, she's definitely just going right at. Has nothing to lose at this point.
Line drive in the right. Base hit there for Alchin. And Beal's going to scamper up to third base. 2 on with 1 out. And again, you go to the tough part of the Talons order.
And Alchin, I mean, she's just red hot. She is seeing the ball big and well. And she finds herself on first and continuing to get this Talon offense going.
They called it a single for Beal, by the way, if you were scoring at home. Woolry takes outside, runner is going, and a stolen base. Alchin moves up to second base, and so they are at second and third for Jordan Woolry. Wyckoff right after this. She's had a big night at the plate, and then Bree Ellis. They asked for the appeal, and she did not go 2-0. Garcia pours it a strike. It's 2-1. Talons yesterday, so much production from the bottom part of the order, but tonight it has really been the big boppers for Utah that have carried this performance.
Yeah, I even think it just starts at the bottom with the Taylor Beal finding her way on, but just working it so that you can get to the top quicker.
2-2 the count against Woolry. Received her golden ticket April 18th. And then she went 6 for 7 with 10 RBIs and 2 home runs in the game. That is one good day. 2-2. Hit out to left field. There's a base hit. That is going to get Beal in. So Utah extends their lead by a run. It is now 6-0. And so Woolry, she has got herself a 3-hit game.
And Woolery, just one of the most consistent clutch hitters. And anytime there's runners on base, she doesn't miss a moment. Swings big, swings hard. 3 for 3 day.
You love to see it. For Woolery, one of the really good players. And you're almost scared about how good this Utah offense is going to be when they get some of those players back off the injury list.
Yeah, we're not even talking about that. Hannah Flippin, she can control the traffic defensively, but is probably one of the most clutch hitters that I've seen. And then Jada Coleman, just an offensive spark plug. So some good bats when they come back.
And in case you missed the news today, Charlize Palacios going on the injured list earlier on. So you've got Wyckoff up at the plate. And she'll look at strike one there from Garcia. And that runner at first is a really big deal right now with this score being 6-0. Pitch is taken outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You just got to think right now, too, the Talons pushing for that run rule. So if they can, well, forgot that with the Volts are home, so don't listen to me.
Out to left, catch is made there. Second out of the inning. I mean, Texas, they would have an opportunity, obviously, to come up to bat and everything. But yeah, Utah, you think back to the Portland series, and it's a distant memory at this point.
A completely different team, and they were able to turn it around and use this series to get the momentum on their side. And I think it all starts with pitching. It starts with Montana Fouts, the night that she had, game 1, followed by Megan Faremo, really setting the tone. And if I'm an athlete and I'm on those teams, I know that I've got that pitching, and so we've just got to get them run support.
Alice fouls this one away for strike 1. Yeah, there you go right there. Pitching allowing over 6 runs a game. Hitters getting about 2.5 runs per game. You just put so much stress on your pitching staff when your offense isn't performing. And then when you fall behind early, you can get to the mode of, okay, here we go again.
Right. And just Bree Ellis, too, just working through that thumb guard on her right hand and fouling off a lot of pitches, but trying to tough through it.
RBI chance with a runner at third, also a runner over at first. Check swing, and they say that she went around. So it's a strikeout, and the inning comes to an end. But one more for Utah. They are up 6-0.
Here we go. Deep breath. Lock in. Pull a ball. Pull a ball. Let's go.
Lock it in. Turn it on. Turn it on. Let's go. Turn it on. Turn it on. About that too. Pull it to just do the job, and now it's okay.
Some inside the game there with Danica Coffey as she is mic'd up for us. Do you remember some of those conversations that you would have with third base coach where you'd go up to him during an at-bat and they tell you, pull the ball, find a way?
Just those adjustments. And sometimes I liked how she said just time. Like, I just need a minute. Sometimes you just got to step out and reset and say, you know, hey, give me something. And sometimes things just aren't going your way. And so just a big pro right there, being able to slow things down just a little bit for herself.
Well, it's a 6-0 lead for the Talons. 2 in the first, 3 in the 5th, and then they just added another run, and Taylor Tinsley is going back out there. Remember, 4 straight complete games have been thrown by the Talons coming in, and I don't know. Taylor Tinsley, what are we going to see from her? Is she going to add to that? First pitch swinging, Vega sends it to second, and more with the put out. A lot of fast outs tonight for Tinsley have certainly helped.
Yes, and just the insights from Savannah, talking to Coach Ball Malone, that if they can go 7 innings, I'm keeping them in. And this is definitely the staff that can do it, letting them own their own game, and it's their own ball game to win.
And for Amo and Fouts, 4 straight complete games. The Talons come in leading the league with 5 total, as that is low to Binford for ball 1. And so a possibility that Utah could pick up their 6th complete game as a staff coming in.
And we just saw Kylie Wyckoff at first. She's checked in.
One and 1 the count here to Binford, who chops this one foul. And let's head down to Savannah.
The weapon right now for the Talons is in the dugout, and it's Charlize Palacios. Even though she's on the injured reserve list and hasn't played in this series, she has been calling pitches from the dugout. Just some elite pitch calling skills that she has and the trust that she's built with her pitchers. As Tinsley gets in out there, but she's just continued to be on that calm to be able to call these games because of the skill set she brings.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, and that shows a lot of trust that the pitching staff has for her, as there's the first pro strikeout for Taylor Tinsley. It comes in the 6th inning.
Yeah, I mean, when we talked to Montana Fouts yesterday, she just talked about her relationship with Palacios. Now we know that she is on the injured reserve. We've been seeing Savannah Jaquish behind the plate, but just how they're all connected, and just Palacios still being able to control the game. She's not dressed out, but just her contributions to be able to still support her team.
Ground ball headed up the middle, and that is going to get through under the glove of Moore. So Tiare Jennings, second time that she has been on base, and Texas will see what they can do with 2 outs.
And Tiare Jennings has just continued to hit the ball hard. Her first at-bat hit it hard to short, but hitting it right at people. This one sneaks through on the right side through Maddie Moore. But Tiare Jennings standing up on first.
So a runner on with 2 outs. Strike 1 there into Leanne Good. Good getting a chance to play third base once again, making the adjustments, going from second over to third. And what is maybe the most challenging piece, Natasha, of when you're playing second base and then suddenly the next night you're needed at the hot corner?
Going from middle to corner, I think, is so hard. And it's especially going to third, you're just reacting with the righty hitter. It's just hard. You feel blind. I would dare to say that it might be a little bit easier going from a corner to short, but you're talking to a shortstop, so I feel like you have more room and, range. The ball's not coming right at you. You can have a little bit more time to read that ball and read the spin of the ball.
There's a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tinsley pitching every inning for the Bruins at the College World Series this year. She threw 181 pitches in the elimination game that she played, and that is lined into center field. Good finding a way to make contact, and a couple of 2-out base hits brings up Sierra Romero.
And this is a 53-mile-per-hour changeup. Tinsley just changing the speeds, but Leanne Good able to get that bat on ball and get it out in front. Runners on first and second for the Volt.
Now, once again, took only 5 pitches for Tinsley to get 2 outs. But a great piece of hitting right there by Good, staying back on that changeup and lining it into the outfield. So now an opportunity here for Sierra Romero. If you can say one thing about her, is that she is due.
Absolutely. And definitely I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, what a great opportunity for Sierra Romero right here.
Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, if you go back and you look at her sister Sydney, she got off to a bit of a slow start, but she entered today one of the hottest hitters in the AUSL. She was 10 for 17, 5 RBIs, 5 runs in her last 5 games. Nice stop there, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, 2 of the most feared bats. Sydney Romero and Sierra Romero's sisters.
Probably the loudest that we have heard this crowd tonight here in Texas. And now Cindy Ball-Malone coming out, trying to settle her pitcher down.
Well, if you're the Volts, you've got to feel like right now is the moment that we have to get it done. If you don't have a sense of urgency right now, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, definitely it's time to make some things happen.
This is the most amount of trouble that we have seen Tinsley in since the 4th inning. With 1 out, issued a walk, gave up a single, 2 on base, and then Romero lined out for the double play. Tinsley at 80 pitches and seeing if she can negotiate her way out of this.
Oof.
Fouled back, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Tinsley with a little extra on that pitch.
A little extra, and just the hack from Sierra Romero. Just take a look at her hack on this. She is right on it. That ball just fouling right back, but she's taking her swings.
Yeah, and you know she's close, too, when you see something like that. 2-2. Ground ball, tough play. Really nice one by Moore, though. Gets out of it, so Tinsley is through 6 scoreless innings, and as we go to the 7th, all Utah. Well, a lot of great action coming up across the AUSL. You look at tomorrow, OKC Spark and the Portland Cascade. They're on ESPN. Carolina Blaze got another win today. They're going to face off against the Chicago Bandits tomorrow night. And then on Monday, the Utah Talons are back home. They've got another home series. They've been home a lot recently. And they're going to take on the OKC Spark. And as for us here in Texas, we are back at it on Tuesday when the Bandits come to town.
Yes, and I'm sure the Talons like playing here. The ball has left the yard at home. That's a bigger field that they play on, and coming into the series, only Bri Ellis has been able to leave the yard there.
And that pitch is a strike at the knees. 0-1 into Jacobson. Yeah, it's an interesting sight when you come out to the Dell Diamond, but it is really cool in a way because you've got a lot of space to see the game. And let's face it, the best parks, whether it's softball or baseball, they've got a little character to it, and this place has got a little character, and when the crowds are going here at Round Rock, it is something special, as most players in the league will tell you.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice place to play, just the atmosphere, the crowd.
0-2 is skied. This is good, and she's able to make the catch following the high pop. One away. Athletes Unlimited Women's Sports Bar Alliance is a national network where fans celebrate women's sports athletes, the games, and each other. For more information and to find a location nearest you, visit auprosports.com. One out in the inning. And now Jaquish coming up to the plate. Off the bag, and that's going to get over the head of Good. Just a little bit of bad luck because Good was playing tight to the line and then doink, and then into left field.
And that is what you call pure luck for Savannah Jaquish. And just she hits this on the nose, and that hits right on top of the bag. Unplayable for Leanne Good. And Talons have another runner on first. Get the lead, another leadoff runner on first.
Did you like I threw the doink in there? It was kind of my John Madden moment for the night.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's nothing that Leanne Good can do right there. You could be a Gold Glove third baseman,
Yeah.
and that's just bad luck. And so now you've got Moore at the plate. Moore's played well in the field, as it is strike one. And with all the ground ball outs that Taylor Tinsley has gotten in this game, it has meant that Moore has been very busy. Out to left field. Boone is not going to be able to get to this one. Here comes the send around. It's bobbled by Jennings, but they're going to keep her right there. So a big hit there for Moore. Advances Jaquish to third base, and the runners there at second and third for Beal.
And that is the breakout that Maddie Moore has been looking for. Just hasn't been able to capitalize yet, but she gets bat on ball here and gets this to the gap, left center gap, and she picks up her second hit of the season.
Bottom part of the order, productive last night. Doing a little bit here in the seventh inning. Beal takes strike one. Now she shows bunt. Tapped out to the left side. And they've got Jaquish in a rundown. Flip on to Good. Tagged out. Throw to third. Not in time. As Moore is able to dive in there, and then Beal was able to get up to second place, but nice execution of the rundown.
Yes, and Tiari Jennings just doing a great job of fielding this cleanly, knowing that she's got to cut off this run. Savannah Jaquish immediately off of contact, runs home. But what is so good about this play is being able to get that out, but Leanne Good just needing to get rid of that ball just a little bit quicker. But this is a big play for the Volts.
You go back to the top part of the order. Andrews will look at a strike from Garcia. Tinsley getting ready to take the mound for the bottom half of the seventh inning. It'll be Enfield, Goodwin, and Boone, assuming she heads back out there. No balls and 2 strikes against Andrews. She's walked twice, stolen a base, singled, and scored. Talons offense got going in the first with 2 runs, and then added 4 combined between innings 5 and 6. 0-2 the count. Little too far outside. Edenfield tried to present it for the home plate umpire, Lyndon Baptiste, but I think a little bit too far off the corner.
It was a little off. It was a little off.
You will see the strikes and be a little bit bigger in the pro game. Here's the pitch, and it's hit well out to left field. That one is going to go off the base of the wall, and you get in a couple more runs. Very well done by Aaliyah Andrews, showing some big-time power to the opposite field, and it means Utah has extended their advantage.
And again, you see the bottom of the lineup just doing their job of getting on base. But Aaliyah Andrews, how about her moving through the box and just leaning into this? She stands up on second with a double.
Pitch is a strike, 0-1. So Talons have reached the 8-run mark, but they are the visiting team, so they will still get an opportunity to bat in the bottom half of the 7th. High pop, and it's coming back and out of play. 0-2. I mean, that was some serious power by Aaliyah Andrews. You know, she uses her speed a lot, but you forget that she can put a charge into one, hitting it off the bottom part of the wall.
She's got that hard slap, and just looking at the defense, the outfielders were playing her in. So on leash.
Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Garcia to end the inning, but again we see the Talons put up a multi-run inning. That's the 3rd one of those they've gotten. They're ahead, 8-0. Here in Texas, and the fans are coming to their feet trying to rally the Volts. 2 more runs scored for Utah, and it is now an 8-0 lead. But because of the home team, Texas is going to have a chance to bat, and she's trying to do what Faremo and Fouts have done in the first 2 games of this series. Taylor Tinsley in her pro debut, seeing if she can go the distance.
Yeah, and she's been using her defense, just inducing a lot of weak ground balls, 12 ground outs, 3 fly outs, just 1 K on the day.
Outside for ball 1 to Enfield. The other thing is some really good situational pitching for her too. She's limited the Volts to 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and didn't seem phased when her back has been against the wall in this game.
Yeah, and she's definitely been in pressure moments before, so knows how to work her way out of it, and no panic button from her. She's stayed poised all night.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Faremo, 7 innings of 1-run baseball yesterday, or 1-run softball yesterday with 5 strikeouts. And then the night before, one of the best pitching performances you've seen in league history. You know, Montana Fouts, as far as strikeouts go, 12 strikeouts, a single game record, as Fouts had her 3rd complete game. And now Tinsley, who does it a little bit differently, as you've said, from those other 2, seeing if she can accomplish the feat here in Round Rock.
Yeah, just so many different looks from this Talons pitching staff.
3 balls and 2 strikes against Edenfield, who has reached once in tonight's game. 8-12-2 for the Talons, 0-6-1 for the Volts. Enfield keeps on fighting. 7th pitch of the at-bat. I have to imagine that this is one of the longest at-bats, if not maybe the longest that we've seen all night from someone on the Volts.
Definitely the deepest count and throwing a lot of pitches. But Michaela Edenfield just battling.
Check swing. Did she go? Yes, she did. Scott Mayer on the call. 2nd strikeout for Tinsley. You be the judge.
Yeah. Just take a look at her hands. Yeah, and they definitely break and they go.
Strike 1. Dropped in the changeup. There to Goodwin. This would be the 5th consecutive complete game for the Talons, who now they've got their offense firing on all cylinders too. Maybe a cross up there.
Yeah, it looked like she got crossed up there, and Jake was immediately looking at her pitch comm on that.
1 ball and 1 strike.
But what Tinsley's been doing so good is placing her changeup just with such precision, and I think that that's going to be so effective for her at this pro level.
Off the glove of the first baseman, and Goodwin is going to reach with an infield single. Ellis was not able to make the play. All right, beg your pardon, that's Wyckoff at first base. She was not able to make the play, and so Goodwin is able to reach.
And Goodwin just gets good bat on this, but Wyckoff just needs a little bit more of an inch to jump on that. That gets in there cleanly for the Volts.
So after the longest at bat of the night, which we just got confirmed, where Edenfield struck out, Goodwin is on base, and now you got a Riley Boone. 2 for 3 night for her at the plate. Tinsley misses outside for ball 1. Also, you got to give her some credit from the dugout. We just saw the shot a moment ago. Palacios using that pitch comm to call pitches from the dugout. She has been locked in there.
Yeah, and that pitch comm device, it directly sends signal out to the devices that both Tinsley and Jake Wish both have. So Palacios just able to make sure that she's controlling the game, even from the dugout. It's just so impressive.
That's bunted. Out in front of the circle, no play. Now they're going to send the runner to third, safe. Goodwin got in there. Nobody was covering third base in time. And so the Volts first and third with 1 out.
We'll just take a look here at Jordan Woolery as she goes in to go field that bunt and trying to take that away from Taylor Tinsley. This comes right back out in no man's land, but immediately Jake Wish needs to be standing up on third when she knows that Jordan Woolery is involved in that play, and we've got runners on first and third for the Volt.
So in a spot like that, it's Jake Wish who needs to rotate up, not Beal from shortstop.
Yeah, because Beal's got to make sure she's covering at second in case that they have a forced play at second base.
Now, a conference taking place at the Circle. Have you followed the AU Pro Shop on Instagram yet? Stay in the loop with new arrivals, restock alerts, giveaways, and exclusive promos that you don't want to miss. You can connect with the merch team for all the latest drops and game day gear on Instagram at AU Pro Shop. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Talons with the 8-0 lead as Tinsley facing the top part of the order now. Coffey takes low for ball 1. Boone just got her 2nd bunt hit of the series, and then Goodwin with heads-up base running got to third with no one covering. 2-0 against Coffey. who we have mic'd up tonight.
Yeah, and this is a situation here where you would like to think, you know, are they going to bring someone in just to close the door if you're the Talons? But knowing that they have this 8-run cushion, just letting Tinsley work it out a little bit more.
I mean, she's at 99 pitches right now. And she had that outing where she threw 181. So I think she's up to it, as it's 2-2 now against Coffee, and it's a real feather in your cap. And you know, another thing too, you get 2 outs, runner at third base, see if you can get that first win, first complete game, and first shutout. It remains 2-2 against Coffee. 5th complete game shutout is what it would be in AUSL history by Taylor Tinsley. This pitch, strike 3 called over the inside corner. So you freeze Coffee. 3 strikeouts. They've all come in the last 2 innings, and they've often come when Tinsley has needed them.
Yeah, and Tinsley just picking up steam here, trying to finish strong, drop in to Coffee, gets her swinging. Strike out.
This would also be the second shutout of the day, by the way, as Carlin Pickens had the shutout earlier today for Carolina. 5 innings, 1 hit. I think she allowed just 2 base runners in the 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. It's outside, 2-0. Now against Mina Vega, who's had an 0 for 3 night at the plate. You have not said that too often this year. Tinsley trying for 1 more out to finish off a complete game once again, 2-1, and what has been a masterful performance in her AUSL debut. You were wondering, could she follow up Falson Farema? The answer has been a resounding yes. Ooh.
All in her debut in her own way. She knows how to do it.
Vega has not gone 0 for 4 all season. She's hitting here with a good count, 3-1. And it's ball 4. So now you load up the bases. Tinsley has gone strikeout, single, single, strikeout, walk. You can still sense just from the body language, she feels confident she can get 1 more.
Absolutely. She's going right at. She's been in these moments before. I mean, just 3 weeks ago, we saw her in the most pressure moments, and so holding their own.
Tana Fouts in the dugout looking on. Foul down the line by Binford. She was thinking extra bases, but sliced it foul.
Yeah, and Binford, one of the hottest bats in this Volt lineup. 348 on the season right now.
Tied for the team lead with 3 home runs. And earlier extended her hitting streak to 7 games. Big swing and a miss. 0-2.
Yeah, check out the break on that pitch. That was dirty. 63, just slowing it down, making it dance.
Well, she has had to battle, but Tinsley's always found a way out of it. 0-2. Pitch number 109. Hit softly. Third base. Close play. Out! What a performance by Tinsley. In her first start in the AUSL, she goes the distance. It's another Talons complete game, and to boot for Tinsley, it's a complete game shutout. The 5th complete game shutout in AUSL history, and it's a 3-game sweep for the Talons, who are rolling right now.
Yeah, and how about Taylor Tinsley, a complete game shutout in her debut performance, and just an incredible job of working with Jake Wish, working with Palacios, and she gets it done.
I mean, Tinsley, she got off to quite a roll getting a bunch of fast outs, and then also the offense helped her out. It's got to feel really good when you come out of the dugout, you go to the circle, you're already playing with a 2-0 lead, and from an offensive standpoint, well, a big contributor was Kelly Wyckoff.
Wyckoff just getting it done earlier in the game. That was in the first inning. We just saw the Talons just go to work, getting that leadoff runner. We talked about the keys of them getting their leadoff runner. Started with Leah Andrews and then just worked their way down the lineup of everybody getting able to contribute today.
And then they did it all kinds of ways. They got extra base hits. They did it with small ball. They get production up and down the lineup once again. Leah Andrews showing that power that she has. As you saw, Utah able to add on at the very end of the game. And then on the mound, Taylor Tinsley had a special night. And speaking of Taylor Tinsley, she is with Savannah Collins.
Taylor, welcome to the AUSL. Your first outing, a complete game shutout. What was your mindset going into your pro debut to have that kind of result?
Yeah, I honestly just trusted my stuff and I'm just having fun. That's why I play the game, to have fun and to make new friends. I'm glad to call this team my sisters now, so it's really fun, just a fun environment. Talked to Megan and Montana a lot before the game, so I think that really helped with just my mindset and calming me down, because I was a little nervous for sure, but it was really fun during the game, yeah.
Well, you sure didn't look like it, and I saw those hugs coming in from your UCLA teammate Jordan Woolery, then Montana coming to you. How much has this team poured into you so far in just a week or so with this group?
Oh my gosh, they've been so welcoming, honestly. Like, this group of girls, literally the nicest humans ever. I think everybody just is so bought into the process and just really pouring into each other, making each other better people and better players day in and day out. So I'm really blessed that I got to be on this team, and also to have a bunch of Bruins that I have played with before. It honestly just feels like home. It feels right.
Well, you got your Talons wings tonight. Congrats on a great outing in the win, Taylor.
Yes, thank you so much.
This pitching staff for the Talons, they are good.
They are really good. And then to have a performance like that from your rookie, you just have so many different arms you can go to. And so hats off to a credible debut performance for Taylor Tinsley.
Talons have got the mojo, that's for sure. They come in here, they get a 3-game sweep against the Texas Volts. Next AUSL broadcast coming up tomorrow. There are a lot of good games left, but tonight it was Taylor Tinsley's night, a complete game shutout in her AUSL debut. The Talons come up with a final score of 8-0. For more AUSL action, check out our watch on the website, theausl.com. Jeff Arnold saying so long.